Coffee Break with me. Woo! Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. How are you today? Today I'm here with another ColourPOP Collab tutorial. Is that what my series is called? I have so many on here that I can't keep track. This is another tutorial where I collab with another YouTuber to bring you a ColourPOP tutorial. Does that make sense? So today I'm here with a ColourPOP tutorial collaboration using our Too Faced Semi-Sweet palette. It looks like this if you're unfamiliar. And I'm collabing with my friend Kallie from But First Coffee. She has a really awesome, very successful blog, and she's also a YouTuber, so I really hope you guys will check her out. She is such a sweetheart. Oh, she has those eyes. You know which eyes I'm talking about? Like the deer eyes, those beautiful, giant, like deer in headlights, Keroppi eyes. Almost like mine, but way prettier. Like, I have cow eyes. Let's be real. I have cow eyes or horse eyes. Those really big, giant, just generic brown eyes. Hers are those really beautiful, like Disney princess brown eyes. You know which ones I'm talking about? So I really hope you guys will check her out. We decided, we were like, you know what? We're the two coffee girls. So why don't we get together and do a coffee inspired tutorial? So I think she's going to use a brown ColourPOP shadow. I'm not quite sure. But because I was like, you know what? Maybe my pandas don't want to see two brown or neutral tutorials, so I'm gonna kind of kick it up a notch. So I decided to use two ColourPOP shadows. Chipper, this is this beautiful mint one. I mean, right? And then Ibiza, this really beautiful turquoise one. So I decided to use these two together to kind of make it a little different. And also, I thought that I would share one of my favorite mugs with you guys. So I kind of took inspiration from my favorite coffee mug, from Coffee Theme, ColourPOP. I'm all over the place. You know how my tutorials are. Long introductions, short tutorials, but easy to follow. So I'm going to link my friend Kallie's blog, YouTube channel, and tutorial down below, so I really hope you guys will check her out. Remember, every Thursday is a ColourPOP collaboration 2-for-1 tutorial, so in case you guys are looking for inspiration or you just purchased the new Too Faced palette and you want new ideas, we're both going to use it. So if you want to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. Like always, we already primed our eye with MAC's Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. It looks like this, which I'm sure you guys have already seen before. And we're going to take a giant shader brush like this one from Delium Tools, and we're going to dip it into coconut cream. And that's going to be our brow bone highlight. I like this one. I should pin my hair back, huh? So you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I've been obsessed with my voluptuous curls now, so they get in the way. My 3 hairs get in the way. So highlight our brow bone. I swear, we do the same thing in every tutorial. I should just like use the same clip in every tutorial and then start off where it actually matters. Now I'm going to take a giant fluffy blending brush like this one from Sigma, and I'm going to dip it into peanut butter, which is definitely by far my favorite color in this entire palette. I have heard people say that this palette is not as good as the first chocolate bar, or like the original chocolate bar. I guess you can't say 1 and 2 because this is called semi-sweet. You know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that it's not as good. It's not as pigmented. The shadow quality is kind of poo. They don't really like it. I don't know. I kind of really like it. Now I'm going to take a smaller blending brush like this one, and I'm going to dip it into Truffled. That is this matte chocolate brown, and that's going to go right into the crease. Starting here, like in the outer V area, and then bring it around like a letter C. And you're just going to follow the curve of your eye. So you see what I'm doing? I'm not pushing or anything. I'm just kind of wiggling the brush into my eye socket. So just kind of go back and forth, wiggling back and forth until you notice that no more color comes out. And then look at your eyes. Do they match? Do they not? I think for now we'll leave it alone and then come back to it. Then I'm going to take a flat shader brush like my e.l.f. $1 one, and I'm going to dip it into, you guys probably know there's no way of me to avoid this color. I'm going to dip it into Blueberry Swirl, and I'm just going to do a really light wash onto the lid. And light, I mean super light. I didn't even use a white base because I'm not that interested in the color showing up true to color. You can see it's not looking, it doesn't look at all like what is in the pan. It looks almost like a navy blue. But we're going to top it with some ColourPOP shadows, so it's no big deal. So just put that on the lid carefully. If you get any fallout, you guys know my rule. Keep a really powdery brush on hand and then just brush it off. But you're not like buffing your skin. You're basically just like lightly sweeping it. Like, remember, puppies licking your face. So just gently sweep it over. And then kind of look at your eyes. Are they matching? Is there a difference in color? Do you need to like fix it? So I'm going to take a little bit more peanut butter and make this a little bit more warm, kind of warm up this area of my eye. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my ColourPOP shadows, and this is the fun part. I'm going to take the first color in Ibiza, and this is just, I mean, come on. So take your middle finger, and you're going to push that into the outer third. Well, let's start at the half. We'll start at the half so we can overlap the colors a little bit. So we'll start it at the half, and we'll just put this on the outer half of our eye. So you see how the color underneath is not a big deal? It doesn't really need to show up because we're going to cover it with this blue anyway. And then we're going to take Chipper, which is, it should be called Coffee Break with Danny. We're going to take Chipper, which is like a beautiful mint, and that's going to go on your ring finger, and that's going to go on the other half, on the inner half of your eye. Be careful not to go up into the crease. You don't want any of that glitter up there. And then you're going to take a little bit more Chipper, and then you'll put that right in the center and kind of go back and forth so you can mix Ibiza and Chipper together. Remember to tightly cap your ColourPOP shadows because they do dry out. And now when you look at your eyes, you see, okay, this one is a lot darker than this one. This one's a lot warmer because with the color in this shadow, we kind of covered up the dark chocolate, the one called Truffled. So what are you gonna do? You just go back to that same brush, take a little bit more Truffled, that dark chocolate matte brown, and you'll run that in the crease in the same exact place that you did it initially. So you'll start off down here, and then you'll follow the curve of your eye and just blend, blend, blend. We're going to do the lower lash line, and that's going to be similar to a tutorial that we just did recently. Probably the last two tutorials we've done. So we're going to take a flat shader brush like this one, preferably not the one you use for the blue eyeshadow because you may kind of make it all muddy and messy down here unless you have one of those hair donuts to clean your brush. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take a tiny bit of Truffled on the edge of your brush, and you're going to run that as close to your lash line as possible. I hope I'm in view. I tend to look down when I'm doing my lower lash line, and sometimes I cut myself out of the frame. So as close to the lower lash line as possible. And then that same brush, give it a little wipe if you have a paper towel nearby, and take a little bit of peanut butter, and you're going to put that in the same place except a little bit lower. So it looks almost like you really blended out or you smoked out the lash line without actually having done so. And it doesn't ruin your makeup, and it's easy for those of us that don't have too much practice. And it doesn't smoke it out too low. I know sometimes you really want that dramatic look, so you smoke it out with a different brush and it really brings the gradient down. I don't want to do that. I want to keep it close. I want to keep it tight. So it just does like a really soft, gentle gradient, and that's what we want. We're going to do something a little funky and unique and different, and I don't think I've done this before. Maybe I have, but I'm going to use two different eye pencils in my eyes. I put this really beautiful aqua color on my tight line. And then I'm going to put black in my lower waterline. Does that make sense? Did I make it all did I remotely make any sense whatsoever? So take the black and run that in your lower lash line. Now I'm going to curl my lashes, and what I notice is When I curl my lashes, I tend to remove some of that eye pencil that I applied. So just have that nearby. So curl your lashes and then check. Do you guys see how I removed a little bit of that eye pencil? How creepy was that? I just flashed my naked eyeball at you guys. And then go back in and retouch it anywhere that it got removed. This is like a waterproof pencil, but it does take a while to set because it's so creamy, so you kind of have to be patient. Now what I'm going to do is apply 2 coats of a regular mascara, whatever's your favorite, and we're done with the look. And that's the completed look. What do you guys think? Super easy, right? For some reason, I have a gut feeling that I've done this tutorial before. It looks so familiar to me. I'm gonna have to go through my videos, like my 4 bajillion videos, and see if I've done it before. It seems so familiar. Anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. You know I love my color, so I was like, okay, we could do coffee theme. I'll do a little neutral here or there, but we need some color. So I really hope that you guys will take my recommendation and go check out my friend Kallie and her channel and her blog. She is such a doll. I think you guys will really, really enjoy her channel. So I will link her social media and all that good stuff, all that jazz. I will link it in the description box below, along with all the other products that I used on my face that I didn't mention. So I really hope you guys will check there first. As always, if you guys found this video useful, entertaining, or something, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, this coffee break is over. Bye guys!